Before we get started, this chapter was inspired by a certain someone, and sorry for not posting earlier. I was tired and basically woke up at 1:09. But anyways, hope you enjoy. The old mansion looked broken down and empty. Bakugou walked to the entrance. Ew, it stinks. Kirishima almost puked up his own food. His hand was over his mouth. Why is it so gross in here? You spat. Why are the gems in here? Bakugou spat as he looked around, at the dimly lit hallways, the paintings, and even the furniture that was in their house. Kirishima, you go with Yin and look around the place. I'll be fine for some time. Kirishima nodded, seeing how grossed out Bakugou looked. The two of you started to look around, seeing that the house looked to have mold and the bad kind. Yin, wear this. He took something out of his bag. It was 2 pieces of cloth. He poured water onto it. Can I? He asked, which you had nodded. Kirishima tied the wet cloth around your head, covering your nose and mouth. You did the same for him. I got a question. What will this do? You ask. It's to lessen the effects of the mold, even if it's just a little. He spoke, and you could only nod, trusting his words. Okay, let's go. He continued to walk more and more. The more you got closer to that one spot, it stunk like hell. I think it's upstairs. He pointed to the stairs. He was right. The smell was indeed awful there. He stood there, motioning you to go forward. You nodded and went to the room until you made it to the last door. You opened it, and it was like the smell was about to kill you. God, it reeks of death. You coughed a bit, but you could see something shine, all different colors. You walked to the shining things, only to see the 12 crystals. You gasped. Then, oh my God, you gasped, backing up. Your hand was over your mouth, holding onto the crystal box. Ugh. He looked to be dead for 1,000 years. His bones being noticeable, and his skin was sickly green. You slowly went to grab the gems, but its grip was tight, even though it was a corpse. Come on, you groaned. My, the perfect body. You turned to see who was there. Was there anything over there? Kirishima asked as you walked over to him. Nope, nothing at all. You shook your head. Though I think I found the cause of the smell. You smiled. Gross? What was it? He asked. There's a dead body in the back. You sighed. Oh, well, that's great. He sighed. Let's just get back to Bakugou. He turned, and you only followed. The two of you walked to the entrance to see Bakugou looking outside. What's wrong? Kirishima asked as he walked up to his friend. We have only been here for 10 minutes, and the moon is already at its fullest. Kirishima looked confused and then looked outside. What the? His eyes looked up at the open sky, and Kirishima went to take one step outside but was shot back, hitting the wall of the old house. Kirishima! Bakugou turned and ran over to look at him. Footsteps could be heard from upstairs, and the two of them looked confused even more so when they saw you. Your hands were clasped over your cheeks, and they were pink. There stood a man. His skin was in sync with his into his bones, and you could see every detail of them on his body. My master, you spoke, a smile as you ran up to him, arms spread out wide. Slap. You fell to the floor with a thud. How awful. Bakugou held Kirishima's weakened state. What is going on? He gasped out, but the man didn't bat an eye at the two of them. You get yourself a body before me? He walked over to you, standing tall as you had your hand over your cheek, which was slapped. I'm sorry, my master. I only did it because I couldn't tell who had the Sun Empress's kiss. You spat. They couldn't see, but his eyes widened. He turned to the two of them. One of them has it, and I wanted to make sure you had the best body possible. Your hands clasped together once again, and the man stood there for a bit. and then turned to you. Good girl. He patted your head, which made Bakugou want to puke even more. Bakugou, do you see that? Kirishima whispered. Bakugou looked close at what Kirishima was trying to say. The 12 stones. There on his side was a golden box, within glass that showed the 12 stones all in place with a red velvet pillow making sure they did not break nor chip. Now, he knelt down to you. You are no use of me. Your eyes widened, and out of nowhere a monster-looking thing clawed your back, like its soul coming out of your body. Kirishima brought his hand to his mouth. Now, the man turned to the two of them. My little Natalie, caused you some trouble. I don't need the two of you at all. I just need the girl. Their eyes began to feel heavy as they thudded to the floor. They woke up to who knows where and when, the moon still high up in the sky, but there was something off about it. Why is the moon red? Kirishima spoke as the two looked up. Everything around them glowed a zinc red. Kirishima, get up. You're not tired, are you? Bakugou spoke as he got up. We got to look for that dead man. Kirishima lightly chuckled. What the fuck is so funny? Bakugou spat. No, 'cause I know when you got your hands on him, he is dead. And, well, Bakugou just sighed. God, Kirishima. He shook his head. But I'm wondering what she was talking about. The Sun Empress kiss? Bakugou crossed his arms. Don't tell me you got drunk and mistaken me for someone. Kirishima reddened. If I did, I would be on my feet trying to say every story in the book. He clasped his hands together, eyes playing the puppy dog look. Kirishima sighed. Okay, let's just go find Yin. The two of them looked around. I don't think she was herself. He started to walk. Yeah. They say she was... I don't know. Kirishima looked down, following after him. But where could he be? We're in the middle of a forest. Kirishima freaked out, Bakugou only sighing to think of what to do when he looked down at his necklace. There's only one way. He took one of the teeth off and crushed it in his hands. Show me where Yin is. And it blew into the air, the blue glow shining and showing them a path of guiding light. Bakugou, Kirishima spoke. Shut up! She saved my life, so I'm doing hers. He walked following the blue dust. The more and more they followed, the more it felt off. Oh, please. The 8 suns, the body for the Empress of the Sun is ready. They heard the voice of that creepy man. They peeked to see those creatures around him. What is she wearing? Kirishima asked, no one in particular. Bystanders, spoke a female voice as they were picked up and dropped right behind the man. They come to ruin your plan, the Natalie spoke, her hand by her mouth. Great. The man spoke, turning to the two. Now, you will get to be the first two to see our brand new world. He raised his hand. The world will be droughted in chaos, where only the strong can live under our true sun god. He spoke, and he smirked, turning back to your body. Let her go, Kirishima spat, but the man was enchant, his mouth moving faster and faster, the area starting to become hotter and hotter, like a volcano. His hands dropped to his side, and then fell onto his knees. O Great One, the time is to awaken.